It's just the problem is the window you have to spell steal. It's like nil because we do 20,000 damage within a moment, you know? And that's
Well,
what
not only
breaks it.
that, but people are trying to. The Hunter's arcane shot.
I don't know if Arcane
Um,
Shot does anymore. I know Styria's purging it though, but I
No,
don't know
I'm
if he
yeah,
not.
ever
but
gets
people
it
are
in time
trying
to
to.
hit it, which is good.
I'm
The
not.
Hunt.
I'm not even trying to purge it
Uh,
because I can't get it in
I don't know if
time.
Arcane
yeah,
Shot
just
does
gets
anymore.
It's
I know
fucking instant, so I'm not trying.
you could probably get lucky as a mage if you spam spell steal and have it like magically happen at that moment. Because I don't think you'll spell steal if there's nothing to steal, right?
Well, I don't know on that, but if there's other shit that you're stealing, then your spell steals a lot of a mana. We could definitely try it.
I mean, if yeah, I got you. I'm thinking it's like kind of like dispel. How if you cast dispel and there's nothing on the target to dispel, it doesn't cast it. It just says there's nothing to dispel.
The only right.
Um, but like Vic had it's a 20-second buff of 50% more damage, which I mean it's the phase 2 that he had it, so it wasn't super important. But if somebody could bring that over into phase 3, that might help. Another thing I was thinking about in phase 3, um, is that we can have all of the dot classes, which is almost all of our ranged, swap over to Steelbreaker right before we're about to kill Morgheim. That way all their dots are up and rolling the second we have to start pumping them.
So that's for. It's not a bad idea for your fire mages, right? But for like your affliction warlock, that's a terrible idea
Why?
because corruption takes a snapshot of when you put corruption up, it takes a snapshot of all of your buffs, and it keeps those that the entire time it's up. Well, if you're running the improved bolt thing, which whatever his name is you want to start your warlock rotation with shadow bolt, and then there's another ability, and then also your life tap at the very minimum, and then any raid buffs that he gets, he wants to make sure that he waits to put corruption up to do that, so it gets that snapshot.
Well, he would have the buff from the rune on the ground. That's why I'm saying that we should roll, like, because that's what I'm talking about, is snapshotting all the dots with that buff, making sure all your dots are up and applied before the buff wears away. You know, the one on the floor wears away. The only one you wouldn't have is Lust.
That's huge for corruption because the your haste actually affects the number of ticks that corruption gets. Corruption is the
Gotcha. Well, I mean, they could wait to apply corruption till,
right,
you know,
but like I'm
it's just
saying,
with the ramp up time of getting all the dots on there. Like a lot of people took about 10 seconds to get all their dots up before they started the actual rotation.
that's kind of crazy to me. 10
I know,
seconds.
yeah, I know. Some of that might be people moving or something. I know Tonks took about 10 seconds to get all the sunders up, so I'm gonna have him start sundering the boss early.
There was a video that I was watching, and oh, I don't know, I was probably too drunk or something to really pay attention to it, but it was specifically about how to parse as a mage in Old War. And the guy had a lot of shit, but it was like, to be honest, I don't know if I'm fucking good enough to do some of it. I'll try to find the video again, Bear, and rewatch it and share it with you. But he had so much shit that you could do, specifically on Iron Council and Hodier, I think. And Hodier was the one that I was like, oh Jesus, fuck that! I'm gonna stand next to the fucking fires. What the shit? And then there was something else too, like you're supposed to stand in the get the buff from the fire in Hodier and then go to the light.
Basically, if there's not a fire up, you always want to be in one of those beams that's coming down.
even if there is a fire up, you go stand next to it long enough to get the buff for it, and then you go back to the beam.
Yeah.
I mean, it only takes one person to keep the fire rolling, the fire buff up on them, right?
Yeah, but I think initially the more
Yeah,
people that are
everyone's
standing
set.
in it,
Yeah.
so initially like everyone goes and stands next to fire.
But once they get to
Once
25
it's
stacks,
yeah, once at 25, we only need one person to just hang out by fire.
and it could does the
It
melee
could even be
apply
the tank. It could be anybody.
Okay.
But I mean, I would personally have the tank do it.
Yeah, for sure.
So wait. You're saying that we only need one person next to the fire for the entire raid to get
No.
that buff?
No,
Oh, okay.
Once we get it to, so we have to get him to 25 stacks, because that's the like increases the amount of magic damage he takes. Once he's at 25 stacks, everybody else can just kind of fuck off into the beams.
Everyone
to get
else can
that
do
buff.
beams. Yeah, and then if you get Storm Cloud, if you're arranged, you bring it to. I mean, I don't know. I guess kind of just depends. I think the range probably, if we're unlucky with beams in melee, range probably should do more damage than melee. But I mean, if
Ranged are
beam
meant to
placement,
do the most in that.
yeah, it's just like hard to tell, right? Because like usually stealth is at the top on Hodir, so it's like we probably want to get a Storm Cloud into melee.
So part of that, though, yeah, and he will be, because part of that is assassination rogue. A lot of their damage is magic damage.
Well, yeah. So
So they're benefiting from that magic damage buff as well.
yeah, kind of just like it just kind of depends. Like I guess if it's in melee, spread it between melee. If it's in range, spread it around to the people that are around you, but make sure you're spreading it to damage dealers, not healers.
So, stupid question. As long as we have a shaman in the group, we get 3% hit, correct? Not, sorry, in the raid.
1%
1%, and it's
You get-
party, not raid.
You get 3% from a boomkin or a shadow priest.
Okay, 3% from the boomkin or the shadow. Or, so 6% total?
No, just one.
No, it's
one of the
one.
buffs work. That's
Oh, okay.
And remember, no matter what you do, you'll always have 1% chance to miss.
No, I know. I was just, yeah, yes. Actually, I'm 1.7% over.
Who's counting?
2.7 if you put me in a group with a shaman.
Back said he's going to be a little bit late.
Yeah, we have a couple of people that are running late, but we could clear Odir
Oh,
trash
shit.
and then even start clearing Freya trash.
Yeah.
And then it's just
Um,
less trash we gotta do. Merrick's like, wait, I'm not in the raid.
I'm like, what the fuck? They're talking about clearing where? What shit?
I'm not in the raid either.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go smoke real fast before we get. What? Where do I need to teleport to?
Shattered walkway.
Yeah, we're starting at Hodir.
Okay, I'm gonna teleport there, and then I'm gonna go smoke real quick.
We've been doing this long enough, Claude.
Yeah, I know. I'm just sitting here bullshitting, watching baseball.
What is the Mets opening day winning percentage? Something like 60, right?
Won that. They're 41-13 since 1970.
God, it's like I feel like it's just worth it to bet that the Mets are gonna win on opening day every year because you're just gonna come out ahead.
The odds are probably against you, though, as far as a bet, making money.
That's true, yeah. Over the long run, you're gonna lose money because of the way the odds are.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Alonso got called for a pitch clock violation. He was the runner. It was a good game. Scherzer made out of the whole game. Scherzer made 3 bad pitches over 100.
let me give you master loot and everything.
Are you getting the hunter to keep up these stacks once we hit 25 on Hodo?
We were just talking about that. Probably just going to be like the tank doing it. Because we usually pull the boss over to the fire. But you know, you're probably right, because
Okay.
we should be pulling the boss over to a beam.
Yeah, absolutely. You want the boss closest to the beams for melee, and then range work on the sort of outer beams, and then smash easy.
Did you watch any of the game, Bear, or no?
No. I don't have MLB Network or anything. So unless I go to the bar, I'm usually not watching it because I don't have cable.
Hmm.
I'm sure if I was, very motivated, I'd find somewhere to watch it.
MLB TV subscription?
Yeah, I thought about just getting the radio one like Bill always had, because then I could listen to it when I'm playing and stuff still.
Mm-hmm. Not like you gotta watch it, it's baseball.
You know, one of the things that I was looking at, like, too, as far as stuff goes, is I see a lot of other mages, the parsing higher, that are at like 10 to 12% haste. I'm only at 8.39.
Is your crit like super high?
Yeah, my crit's at 50.
Yeah.
Well, 50 fully raid buffed and all of that.
You'd probably, I know that crit's huge for fire mages, but it might be worth getting more haste than crit, lowering that crit down to like 10, or like to 40 rather.
Right, and that's what I'm trying to focus on, is getting some haste gear, but all
Are you
of my...
comparing kill times?
Yeah, it's a big thing. Obviously, the quicker the kill time, the better the DPS on them, the better the parse.
No, that's a good point. But
There's
I was
people
wondering...
that are killing like hard mode Steelbreaker in 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Oh. Well, it was making me wonder, should I swap out my spell power gems maybe for some haste gems?
What did you say your haste was?
Oh, well, Merrick, I mean, I compare us a lot because, it's you and me, right? Basically, the reason you do more than me right now is your shit just simply hits harder. So I'm not sure if going more haste and less spell power is really the way to go there, but it's your choice, of course.
What do you think about it too? If you start swapping out for haste gems, like if you have maybe 10 sockets. I mean, unless you're putting 16 haste, which you probably would want to do like 9 spell power, 8 haste. Even if you did that, that's only going to be 80 haste total. I mean, I don't know if that would be like enough to make a huge difference or not.
I don't either,
Not just sim it.
275 haste is 8.39%. Yeah, I need to, really stealth the Kirintor ring? Do you have a... Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at this, when we killed Thorum, man, I mean, I cast a couple less than you for fireballs. Yours hit for 2k more than mine on average. Right there.
Hey, can you guys summon me back here in a second?
Yeah.
Thank you. I thought I already had that stealth. That's from... No?
You can buy it and then you can upgrade it.
You upgraded?
Let's talk about
Yeah, the Dalaran ring, you get the original version, and it costs like 1,000 gold or something to upgrade it. And it upgrades every tier.
Oh, motherfucker.
That's the second tier. I mean, what, British dude linked?
Yeah.
It's expensive though, isn't it? Like 3k or something, the first version?
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. I just thought I might already have had it.
That's definitely interesting. I'll have to theory craft that out, sim it out before I want to go buy them with that kind of money, though.
You just buy it up in the tower, right, Stealth?
I should be by that jewel crafting guy.
Hello.
Hello.
That was definitely stop.
What I was saying from the...
Yo.
No. Okay, where do you buy it from?
You said you have it already, right?
No, I guess I don't.
Oh, do you know where the jewel crafting trainer is?
Kind of.
Go inside there, and there's a guy that sells jewelry, and you'll see the ring. I think he's on the left when you
Make
walk
sure
in
you
the room.
enchant it afterwards, though, dude. Remember that.
If you go like straight back to like the crafting area, just walk in that door. The guy's on the left.
Yeah, I gotta find where the jewel crafting person's at.
Right across from the tailoring place.
Oh, that circular building?
Yeah, yeah. A little enclave with the engineering auction guy right across.
I think he literally has a giant jewel on the top of this building.
Alright, sorry, I'm back. Had to feed the dogs.
Oh, it's 6,800 gold for the regular piece.
Oh god.
Okay,
That's when you start.
go ahead and send me a thing back. I'll have to get it after raid. Thank you.
Gonna do a raid check, see you all here, so we can start killing trash.
I'll be there in a second.
Here, I'll throw down a table for everybody.
Can we reset Ignis and do him again so I get my trinket? You probably still won't have it.
Only seen that damn ring drop once.
The ring?
Yeah.
We talking about the Cinder Shard?
Yep.
Dude, we see that thing every fucking week almost.
Yep.
I've only seen the trinket once. Alright, the only person away was OJ and Fix, so we could probably start clearing trash. Let's go.
I'm here now.
Is anyone else coming?
Yeah,
Is Fax coming?
Yes.
Is Cal coming?
Yes. The entire group that we had on Tuesday should be here.
Yeah, so Brett, I'm trying to pull the guy out. So I don't see.
I know. I figured we have four Mr. X. I know it's hard to get one.
the rough, you know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna AFK trash. So, good luck, guys.
Did you get subtlety to cloak?
No. I'm getting subtlety to raid. I'm just gonna AFK. I'm gonna be here in spirit, and I'm just gonna give out loot. That's it. That's all I'm
Oh,
doing.
it really is like Ron.
Yep, 2.0, baby.
Hysteria, there's a gym back there.
I just do a little bit more damage on bosses, that's all.
Which makes no
when
sense.
I'm
Whatever.
when I'm alive.
At least he's faster at giving out loot, though. And catching up.
Alright, comes that.
Single target, big dude. So I tested out if you could cheese the Iron Council earlier by hearthing out with the debuff. It does not work. He heals to full.
That'd be funny.
For science.
Hey, if I didn't try it, I'd just be wondering the whole time. I tried to call Styria today because I was like driving and randomly thought about it.
It's funny you say that because like I was just watching a video of hardcore players on Classic doing the second boss, Blackwing Lair, and they were hearthing out to not die from it.
Oh yeah, I mean we did that pretty normally in phase 2 as well.
Or no, like they had to be like on point with it because like if they die, then they have to leave their character. So
yeah,
it's just funny.
What?
On the hardcore modes. Where's that pad at? Let's wait for that before we pull this.
Track elementals. Go. I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. What the torrents say when you try to do stuff and you have no rage.
Oh.
Not enough rage. Blah, 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 blah.
And
Took me forever when I first started playing back in the day to realize I could turn off the error speech.
I like it.
How do you do that?
It's in the interface
Like
option.
a console command you can do. I did it. You can disable the error messages too.
I leave it on because every now and then, like, I don't put my fingers back down on the right keys, and if I'm trying to hit a spell that's not available, I'll quickly realize that my fingers are on the wrong keys.
I have all mine macroed with auto attack.
Yeah, I have all my stuff macroed with auto attack, and if I didn't have errors disabled, I'd have a boom.
Oh, gotcha.
Stealth. It's actually in the audio things, and it's below dialogue. Something.
Alright. Yeah, but then it turns off like all the dialogue.
No. It's just the error one. So like if you're pressing something that's on cooldown, you won't hear it's on cooldown or blah blah blah. But
Oh, okay, I see it now. Like the box.
yeah.
What is Anti? Do Anti and Frost Dude think they're like pro players or something in fucking Counter Strike?
I don't know. Like I messaged him and he said, "Oh, we'll be right over."
So, do the mages know that they can stack their flame strikes?
Yep.
Good man.
I'm not ready to pull quite yet. Oh, you're doing Curse Elements. Okay, cool.
Leroy!